What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another Best Bet show. Beautiful Thursday night football game between the Seahawks and the 49ers. NFC West showdown. Huge game for both teams. But before we get into it, let's introduce the beautiful guys on the show today. Austin's Props and Alex Caruso. Austin Props, how you doing today, brother?
I can't lie, man. I'm feeling great. The vibes clearly are there. The success has been there, which I'm excited about. Kind of feels like everything's going my way. I know the touchdowns we're going to get into tonight, so I won't spoil there. But Caruso, how you doing?
I'm feeling great. I mean, again, as always, any day with football is a good day. This is a great game for Thursdays. Of all the Thursday night games we're going to get this entire season, this has to be among the top 2 or 3 that we have left for the entire year. So this is going to be another really good game. Should be a lot of points scored, and that's what we want as football fans.
No, I agree. You have two good offenses. The 49ers have not been as good as years past. I'd say maybe it's Christian McCaffrey. Maybe he's a system running back. Who knows? But the defense has shown not as good stats according to last year. And teams have just been, performing well against them. And they're not as scary as they once were. We have some comments in the chat. But before we get into the comments and the plays, let's talk overall game/game script here. Alex mentioned he likes points scored. There is a total that has gone up from 46.5 to 49. What are your thoughts on the total and or a side here? We have a 3.5 point spread. Looks like it's leaning to 4 on some books as well. 3.5 point spread over under a 48.5. Austin, I'll let you go first. How do you see this game playing out? If you had to pick like over under sides, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I saw it at 49.5 yesterday. I see it on FanDuel at 48.5, so that means a little bit money is driven down, but it opened 46.5. So interesting line movement for me. I kind of lean, I would say the Niners 3.5 here. I feel like they get back on track, so that's where I'm kind of backing. But for the spread, I'm interested to see your guys' opinions. I think both teams utilize the run more. Obviously, Seattle has been low time of possession because they're passing 40 times a game. They said they want to get Kenny Walker the ball. I'm on his rush attempts today. I think we see him involved, which obviously runs the clock. And then the Niners are the best team in football at controlling time of possession. So if they put together long drives, this 49.5 is going to be tough to come by if Seattle's running the ball. So I kind of think I lean the under 49.5. I know everyone's going to be on the offense. Everyone's going to be on points. But that's a high-scoring game nonetheless, especially on a primetime game. So I would say that's where I'm at.
I played the 49ers spread as like an official play. I'm taking it -3, so if they win by a field goal, that we at least will push on that. I mean, but Brock Purdy has played the Seahawks 4 times in his career. He's won by at least 8 points all 4 times. I'm also taking the over. I mean, the Seahawks alone gave up 42 points to the Lions and then 29 versus the Giants without Malik Neighbors. They're playing on short rest on back-to-back weeks. They played last Monday, a few days rest, played on Sunday, and now we're coming off 3 days rest to play again. This is their 3rd game in 11 days. I don't think they're going to be locked in. I think the 49ers are going to score 30 points in this game, and the Seahawks will do just enough to be able to get over that over line and hit the total of 50 points.
There you go. No, that's fair. Chuck, where do you see it?
Yeah, I mean, I think I lean the Niners here. I mean, looking at everyone's probably going to lean more the Niners. I think I need to see more of like a 5.5 if I want to start looking the Seahawks way. But looking at this, who the Seahawks played, right? They beat the Broncos, beat the Patriots, then they waxed the Dolphins. But I mean, now when you think about it, the Dolphins.
Skylar Thompson at QB too.
The Dolphins are horrible. I mean, if you look before the season started, I'd say it's a good win. But they beat those 3 teams and they get destroyed by the Lions 42-29, and then they lose to the Giants 29-20, and we're losing that entire game. And they were without Neighbors and a lot of offensive pieces there. So for me, it's like, were the Seahawks good to start the year? I like their offense, sure, but I mean, they had an easy schedule. Really have only faced one good team this year, and that was the Lions. The Giants are a bad team. Still lost to them. Now they've come and faced the Niners. You could say that was a weak schedule spot with the Giants just getting ready for this game. But at the end of the day, you want to talk about what the 49ers did. And the 49ers, they have been struggling, yes. They lost to the Vikings in week 2, which, as we know now, the Vikings are here. They're a great team, and they look very good. They should have beat the Rams. They choked really bad late and just turn the ball over and then let the Rams score a game-winning field goal. And then they beat the Patriots and they lost to the Cardinals, which Jake Moody got hurt. And if you saw, they had 4th and 10, I think, at the 27-yard line, and they went for it because they didn't trust the kicker they had. Jake Moody was hurt, and then proceeded to lose that game with a fumble as well. So a lot of unfortunate things happened in that game, and they get the loss. So the Cardinals team, who on any day I think can beat anybody. They're not a consistent team, but they can show signs of being very good. So for me, I think it's a really buy low spot right now for the 49ers, which I wouldn't think I'd ever say this year. I'm really debating on a certain play. Maybe I'll play a live spot here, but I know it's divisional. I know it's a short week, but the Niners right now, I feel like they can control the clock, establish the run game, and Brock Purdy won't make mistakes. They did sign Matthew Wright, who's a veteran kicker that I like that they did that. They had a 4 out of 5 kicker tryout. He won that. So it's not like they just picked up the guy who was local and just said, can you do this? They had a big tryout. They liked him the most. He's a veteran. He's been there before in a big game. They should be kicking field goals and be confident in there. And also, I think that they move the ball well overall. So I love the Niners here. Over under, I really don't have a say. I do think the Niners will try to establish the ground game. I think last week they struggled to do that. They Mason went over his yards, but he still only rushed 14 times, and they were throwing the ball a lot more. I think they do establish it. So I'm all in the Niners. I'm all in the Niners controlling pace. I'm on Jordan Mason, as is everybody, let's be honest. One of my plays is Jordan Mason's rushing yards and longest rush. And this goes back to my saying is CMC assistant running back at this point, because it seems like whoever they could put Alex Caruso out there in the RB1 spot, and they could probably get 50 yards. So I like the Niners, and that goes with the Jordan Mason prop as well, as I think they are winning. So you guys can add on there. What are your thoughts on Jordan Mason today?
I played him as official play. So if I could jump in on this, did you play him as official play?
You got it. No, I'll piggyback off.
I loved him. I mean, the Seahawks have given up, at least 120 rushing yards to each of the last 3 running back rooms that they've played now. Mason's had a minimum of 77 rush yards this year, 89 plus in 4 out of 5 games. Again, the 3rd game in 11 days for the Seahawks, who just lost their number 1 defensive line run defender. So I think it's going to be wheels up for Jordan Mason. They lead the league this year in time of possession. I think they're going to run a lot of plays. They're going to have a lot of the ball a lot. And again, Mason's had at least 77 plus every game this year. Lines at 82.5. I love the chances against the defense that has not had almost any days off the last 2 weeks.
I think it makes sense. The 2 spots I targeted, I went Deebo Samuel rush receive at 68.5. Honestly, played it just off the pure success he's had against Seattle. He's went for 100 plus rush and receive the last 5 times against them. He's over this line 3 or 4 this season. And I just think it's a good spot for a team that's missed a ton of tackles in open field the last 2 weeks. I think they lead football in missed tackles. And you get a guy that's a yak machine with Deebo Samuel. So I went there, but I was going to say off that Mason one, Brock Purdy under 31.5 pass attempts in wins. If you think they're winning, he's under 31.5 pass attempts in 19 of 22 games for wins. So the hit rate's insane, and it kind of piggybacks. I played it in my Prize Picks correlation stack, but it kind of piggybacks with the Jordan Mason play, obviously, because each carry Mason takes, that's 1 less pass attempt for Purdy. So that's kind of where I see the script. Like I said, I see Kenny Walker being more involved on the Seahawks side, so I'm hoping the clock runs more there. But that was kind of my piggyback. I thought that would be one you'd be on today, AC.
I had to stay away, but I really like it. His pass rate has just gone up this year.
I agree.
I'm a little worried that it's not the same Purdy we've seen last year, but at the same time, I think the 49ers have been in the bottom 2 teams in pass attempts in like 5 of the last 6 years. So,
which is why the hit rate's there.
Maybe I probably should have played it given the game script, but that's a great stat.
It's just a great correlation one, especially if your favorite spot is Mason today. You know what I mean? Because if Mason goes for 20 carries, it's hard to see Purdy go for 40 pass attempts.
Yeah. I should have known. I'm learning here. You're 100% correct.
You like that? I appreciate it. I haven't seen too many guys on it, but that was just one of the spots I thought we'd have more action with.
No, I agree. As far as we like Deebo, we like Jordan Mason. What are your thoughts on the Seahawks today? Are they going to have to? I mean, last week they rushed 7 times, not named Geno Smith. So that's 7 running back rushes there. They have to establish the run game or at least try to this week. I mean, they were trailing the entire game versus the Giants, kind of, I think, dug themselves into a hole. I think early on they do lean on Kenneth Walker, and you're not going to win a game with that little rush attempts. It's just not going to happen. I don't care who you have in the wide receiver core, in the wide receiver room. So I think it's going to be emphasis there. So I know I saw AC on Geno Smith under pass attempts, which I think is a fantastic line and spot. It is scary with his recent hit rate, but I do think the script today and what they're going to focus on is going to have to be run game heavy.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, the line's already, I posted at 36.5 this morning. The line is 34.5 now on every single book. I took 36.5 pass attempts. Geno Smith has not in his 11-year career gone over this line in 3 straight games. Obviously an insanely cherry-picked stat, but it's never happened. But again, the 49ers lead the NFL in time of possession at 34 minutes. Like, they have kept the ball away from teams more than anybody else, which is why 4 out of 5 quarterbacks to play them had 30 or less pass attempts. 5 out of 5 had 32 or less pass attempts. Even with pass-heavy systems like the Cardinals with Kyler Murray, the Rams with Matthew Stafford, I mean, the teams that have been playing them have been down, and they still haven't hit the pass attempts. So Geno Smith, even at 34.5, I'd still be playing it.
I think all the QBs have gone under this too, right?
All 5.
All 5, yeah.
No one came close. The most is 32 attempts, and 4
I was looking at that. Yeah, I love that line. I saw it 36.5 when you posted it, and then it was already moved, so I stayed off. But that was when I was close to playing. If it was still 36.5, like, I would have nuked it too. So I think that's a really sharp line. There's a lot of good spots on this one because I also was close to playing DK. I know I was talking with Chuck's DK longest reception at 22.5.
Yeah,
that's just the line he's hit. He hit in 12 of 15 last year, 12 of 16, and then he's hit in 4 of 5 this year. Obviously, big play guy, man coverage. You're kind of relying on a go route, but another one that's got a great hit rate. So this game, I feel like you can target a lot of different spots, and I'm not going to argue with you. You know, it feels like there's a lot of edge in this spot or in this game.
I agree. I feel like there's a lot of offensive firepower, which is nice too. Usually on Thursday games, we'll have like the Jets, Patriots, and I'll be like, what are we doing here? Where I feel like both these teams are good. They can run the ball, they could throw the ball, and the props they seem like they're doable lines. We should see a good game. That being said, let's talk about the first touchdown scorer this week. Now, no reason to dwell on the past. Absolutely no reason to talk about the past. We're talking about this week. I don't remember what happened last week, if we're being honest. So with that being said, Alex, you go first for your first touchdown.
I'm going to go with DK Metcalf. I mean, like AP and Chuck's mentioned, with his longest reception versus the 49ers main coverages, which are cover 1, cover 3, DK Metcalf has 50% of the Seahawks air yards in their entire team versus these 2 coverages, which is primarily what they're going to see. The 49ers have some of the smaller cornerbacks in the league, so I think that DK can break them for a big one. I wanted to go with the chalk in Jordan Mason, who's the favorite, but I really like the chances of DK getting the ball, especially if the Seahawks start to put the ball first in this game.
There you see a DK Metcalf with a nice Seahawks player. I mean, Alex did get the whole team wrong last week, if we're going to be honest. So we're not going to trust him again. It's going to happen again this week. And I'm going to go chalk. Chalk City. Who but Jordan Mason is my pick. I mean, I'm getting back on the board here. I belong on the throne, and I'm doing a cop-out Jordan Mason, and we're going to climb back on the top of that list. No analysis needed. He's just running up the gut. He's getting there. I don't care. I simulated this game like 180 times, and 194 times he scored the first touchdown. And that's basically all I see happening today. And now, Austin, since you're going last, who you got?
Yeah, I'm a big believer in history repeating itself. There's obviously a good history on my track record based on last week. You guys saw Kareem Hunt scored with ease, plus 750. So we move. I couldn't tell you what the odds are right now for Deebo Samuel because DraftKings isn't loading on my screen. FanDuel isn't either. I don't know if I have shipped service, but Chuck's is going to have to pull that. But I'm going Deebo Samuel. He's scoring first. He just owns Seattle, man. He's that dude. He's probably going to get it on an end around. I kind of just see a jet sweep or something like that where he rushes into the end zone. But that's where I'm targeting. Chuck, so you have the odds for me?
Yeah, he's plus 950 on FanDuel. And DK's plus 1,000 on FanDuel. So if you want the value, go there. If you want to win, Follow Jordan Mason. That's really all I got to say for this game.
History doesn't back you, my man.
History does repeat itself. But Austin could talk his trash for this week, but as soon as Monday comes around and I'm back on top, I'll be right in the world. A bunch of stuff happened this week. We had hurricanes all over the place. The world just didn't know what was going on. So that's why Austin snuck in there. He doesn't belong at the top there. That's just not how this game is going to work. And Alex, especially not. Alex he's playing softball right now, apparently.
But he's hurting.
Yeah, definitely hurting a little bit.
We need him to get back on track to the old Alex that we know can do it. But if the Seahawks do score first, it probably is DK Metcalf. I will say, as a unit, all three of us, I mean, we've done pretty well in almost every game.
No, let's keep it a buck. We've been nails. The fact that we've picked it damn near every single game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, honestly, that's like for 1-3 shot, we've nailed it damn near every game except maybe one time. So
I completely
say
agree.
We give our credit where it's due, personally.
I agree. As a unit, we're doing well. We're doing well for sure. I just like the competition.
Think about it. If you bet all three of ours every time, you're definitely up money.
Big money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we've hit it damn near 6 of the last 7 times we've done this.
Yeah, as long as someone over a plus 300 hits, basically, we're chilling.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I agree. So yeah, bet all of them. I wish we all could win, but that's not how the game works. But yeah, that's it for today. We are going to go into our beautiful sponsor. I waited till the end here because this new banner sucks. I was promised things by Flashpicks, and god damn it, we're going to get them. Wait for my head to get cut off. Let me just stand up. We have DraftKings Pick 6. Play 5, get $50 instantly in Pick 6 credits. The link is in the description below. Again, that's the banner. We need to get better stuff here from them. I don't even know where we're at anymore. I lost everything. Oh, no, the show is going down. There we go.
Charles.
But they need to give me better props here because I need to see a ticking banner of this stuff. But I will post my DraftKings Pick 6 later, and we'll recap it all. Thank you guys for tuning in here. Let's have a first touchdown. Let's have a day. Peace out.